Hey there, welcome back to TheBodyTech Athletics. All right, so in this video today, we are going to give you an orientation, John and Margarita, about what to expect and getting the most out of your workouts. Okay, so when we say MetCon, as you will have read in the description, we're really talking about metabolic conditioning. And really, the most important thing for you to know about this is that you're going to raise your vitals, you're going to raise your heart rate, you're going to raise your rate of breathing, respiration, all that fun stuff that goes along with exercise, okay? But very important, we'll get into how you'll be able to self-regulate yourself and make sure you manage and get to the end of the third or fourth round of your MetCon, or as we call it, HIIT, H.I.I.T, high intensity interval training. So that's essentially the trade name, I guess, for these style of workouts. So now, and just so you know, plenty of evidence about the successful usage for fat loss, weight loss, conditioning for athletes as well. So it's important to understand that I use generally evidence-based applications. So, and I've got tons of this stuff in my journals, and this is why I'm using them for you. Okay, so this is essentially going to be the most intense workouts that you guys will likely do based on what I'm dispensing out to you. Okay, so say for example you've decided to have a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday based on the 2 to 3 workouts per week. If you have a Monday and Wednesday and a Friday. Okay, so from that perspective, say you want to, I would recommend scheduling your MetCon on Monday and Friday. This way we know that you will be able to recover. That's very important, especially at this point of our lives. Yes, it's important how much you can give her into the intensity of the program, but it's also very critical about how much you can recover from the exercise you've laid on yourself. All right? So the recommendation here would be to train a MetCon on Monday and a MetCon on Friday, whichever of the beginner workouts you have, okay? That way, we leave Wednesday for maybe a less intense, not necessarily designated as a HIIT workout. It would be more aerobic, sub-maximal aerobic workouts like power walks, getting on your bikes, whatever you feel that you can cycle in with aerobic training. Okay, now this would be recommended essentially for your first month, just to get in. Now you're still burning calories, you're still contributing to your negative energy balance. That's cool. All right, but we're making sure that you can adapt well and then easily layer in. And I'm not saying that it may take 4 weeks, it might take you guys 3 weeks, and that's fine. So we'll look for that strategic opportunity to slide in the Wednesday workout for the HIIT as well. Okay, so, and essentially that opportunity will manifest as your conditioning progresses and improves, obviously. Okay, now, the next important variable to consider is RPE, rate of perceived exertion. Okay, this essentially can be used in all fields of exercise, whether it's aerobic, anaerobic, working out with weights, etc., etc. It's essentially the interpretation that your mind reads about your exercise experience. Okay, so to be quick, RPE is a sort of a rating system, 1 to 10. 1 being less intense, or 1 to 5 being, your body slowly merges and warms up as your vitals are called upon. Your breathing, your heart rate, your cardiac output, etc. Right? And then whether the changes really happen here is from 6 to 9. Okay, where we know that you're extending your metabolic capacities a little bit, and discovering that this is where the conditioning is going to meet the rubber on the road. Okay, so for example, 1 to 5, say it's a 3. I can do this, no problem. How long do I have to be here? As opposed to, so I'm giving you the sort of the brain or mind interpretation about your experience, and that's very salient, because it's important that you use this effectively as you go into, and sometimes some days you may be tired, a little more stressed, or some days you'll have more energy than a nuclear rocket, right? So it's important to make sure you grade your ability to come in and get the work done. All right. So, for example, number 6, say you're at a 6. This is hard, but I can manage it. Number 7, or 7 moving up, it's harder, and I can feel the shift, but I'm still able to manage it as well. And then number 8, how much longer do I have to do this? So now you're looking for the intervals or the intensity level to level out or bail you out. Okay, so these are, like I said, these are just examples of how your brain or mind interprets your exercise experience. And you will have your own stories, your own narrative coming at you, and with, I'm sure, some very colorful self-talk. Okay, so, and 9, for example, I may blow up now. So I'm just giving you some, it's not all that bad, but it does prompt us to make sure that we're paying attention to these interpretations and what the brain is telling us. Okay, so this is a great way to affect your intensity levels. All right. So, for example, if you're in beginner 1 workout where we have reps with squats and push-ups, say the first one you get 14 for both. Okay, and you discover in round 2 that, hey, you have a little more energy to spend, and you're going to see if you can go faster, technically faster. All right, so that's making sure that you apply all the coaching points in the video tutorials. All right, number 1. So making sure as you go through, and lo and behold, you complete 17 reps. By just going a little faster, but maintaining your form. All right. So this is a good way to add intensity. Essentially, you're stepping on the gas pedal, okay? Burning more energy or sequestering more energy from your energy stores, and for the most part from your brain. And your brain will say, okay, yeah, go for it, and away we go. So this is a good way to tap into your negative energy deficit. Okay, so pay attention to your ability to apply more reps. So generally, your first rep count may be 12, and then you get into 14. So your body is essentially ramping up. So as you get used to the conditioning factor here, you may actually need more rounds after round 3 to start incurring some adaptations. Not to say that you're wasting time going from round 1 to round 3. That's important, but from a conditioning perspective, you'll discover that you have a lot more in the tank than you ever thought possible. Okay. So, and this applies pretty much to all exercises, intervals, whether it's aerobic, weightlifting, resistant training, etc. And we'll apply this particular application as we go forward in your health and fitness journey. Okay, so ultimately, if you don't feel that energy burst, if you don't feel like you can put out a request, hey, body, I need more energy to see if I can get over my average output of 14 reps on the squat. If you don't have it, that's fine. Energy. Spend it when you can, but if you don't have it, keep it. That's a good way to remember self-preservation. Okay? Good. So it's important to use and listen to your RPE stories or narratives or interpretations that come. Again, less intense, number 1. The most intense, number 10. So within 60 or 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, it's important that, and we'll actually get into your heart rates. I will assign you guys your max heart rates, and ideally, hopefully your Garmin's will let you know whether you're surpassing these limits or these heart rate ceilings here, so you can, optimize your ability to recover. Okay, that's going to do for now. Stay tuned for our next video, and if you have any questions about what I said today, let me know. All right, take care.